is going on, guys? You've got Sad here, bringing us another Pokemon Sun and Moon analysis video. So today we'll be covering Mimikyu. So this is one of my favorite Pokemon in Gen 7. I just love the design, and overall it's a really so interesting. And I just and the typing I really like. It's probably two of my favorite typings combined. So Mimikyu has a Ghost and Fairy typing. Ghost is my favorite type. Fairy is one of my favorite. I'm not sure if it's my second favorite, but one of my favorite. With the it's got 55 HP, 90 attack, 80 defense, 50 attack, 105 special defense, and 96 in the speed. With the disguise ability, which means if this Pokemon is a Mimikyu, it takes 0 damage the first time it gets attacked. So it's basically a free substitute. It's only there for one time, but it's a free substitute, which is amazing. And I thought his stats will be a bit worse just because of the amazing ability and the amazing typing. So the first set I thought Focus Sash, because you get 2 free hits no matter what, unless it's a multi-hit attack, and I don't think any multi-hit attacks will OHKO a Mimikyu. The things that come to my mind are like Beat Up, Seed Bomb, Pin Missile. None of them will OHKO a Mimikyu. So with the you get 2 free hits no matter what, and then within that first time you can set up a Swords Dance, which will bring you up to +2. So you have Swords Dance, Play Rough, Shadow Sneak, and Will-O-Wisp. And this thing is a very nice Will-O-Wisp user because it can not take any damage and then just burn your opponent. You can do many things with this Pokemon. And then when it goes down to its sash, it can go for Last Ditch Effort and go for the Shadow Sneak, which is really nice. And also this thing gets like Bulk Up, which is... And then it gets some interesting moves. It gets Bulk Up. It gets Thunder Wave if you want to use it instead. It gets Wood Hammer for some reason. It gets X-Scissor. It does get a good amount of special moves, but its special attack's 50. So you're not really going to use a special attack. Mainly you're running physical Mimikyu. So that's the first set. The second set is a Choice Band Mimikyu, because the thing with Mimikyu is that you break its disguise and then gets a huge hit off, which is really nice. You could run Adamant if you want to get that more power, but this set is Choice Band disguise with Wood Hammer, Play Rough, Shadow Claw, and Shadow Sneak. And I'm not specifically EVing this for things like Silverly, because Silverly you're like putting only 4 more EVs into your defenses, which isn't much at all. And then Mimikyu, I think, is a very good competitive Pokemon, and I've seen it quite often, which means if you bump into another Mimikyu, then if you run 248 Jolly, then you won't outspeed it, and then the other Mimikyu will OHKO you with a Ghost type move. So I think Max Speed Jolly is just better then. So Wood Hammer, I didn't really have any other moves, so just put Wood Hammer on it. It'll hit like water types, ground types harder. Play Rough for the Fairy Stab, Shadow Claw, Shadow Sneak for the Ghost Stab, Shadow Sneak for the priority, in case you don't outspeed your opponent. And Mimikyu's got a decent, it's got a really good finesse stat. It doesn't have a good HP stat, but it's a Ghost type. A lot of Ghost types have terrible HP stats. And it's got a decent defense stat. And when you think about it, people think of Sableye as a really good defensive Pokemon, and Mimikyu's got better defenses than Sableye and a bit better of a HP stat, and it has got a really good ability. So Sita could be run pretty bulky, and then it has 90 attack, which is pretty nice. It's not terrible, and it's pretty good. And then 96 speed is pretty good as well. It'll outspeed those base 90s. It'll outspeed Silverly, which is a very common Pokemon now. So the next set is a Leftovers Mimikyu with the Substitute, Will-O-Wisp, Play Rough, and Swords Dance. I want to run max HP because maybe with the max HP, maybe some weaker Pokemon cannot break your Substitute, which should be really nice with the max HP. And then also you can live a hit probably then way better, and then you can sub you can then just sub again, and then just go for the Willows, burn your opponent, and then you have the Swords Dance there. Actually, probably Shadow Sneak if you want to. Yeah, I think Shadow Sneak will be better on the set, because then if you bring down low, just Shadow Sneak can get a bit of damage off, and Shadow Sneak is very nice priority for things like Pheromosa, which is the best Ultra Beast, so it's very nice for that. Things like Latios as well, it's very nice for that. Even like Weavile and Greninja, I know it's resisted, but since they're so frail, still like 15%. And then when you consider rocks, spikes, maybe some toxic, some burn, when you dwindle it down like that, Shadow Sneak can come in clutch then, which is really nice. So the next set is a Spadef set, because with the typing, because of its typing, it's got a really nice typing, so then it can be run pretty bulky, and with Spadef it can beat things like Latios, it can beat that, it can probably take one hit from Weavile and OHKO it can take a hit from Greninja and OHKO it can burn AG Slash. Well, it can't really beat AG Slash, but it can burn it. It can also burn like things like Scizor as well. Fairy Stab is amazing. It can probably take 2 hits from Tapu Koko, which is really good, because Tapu Koko is a very common Pokemon as well. So with the Spadef, you can take better hits, and because of its typing, it can live more hits, which is really nice with Mimikyu. So the next set, it's kind of an interesting set. Leftovers, Disguise, Destiny Bond, Will-O-Wisp, Thunder Wave, and Play Rough. I want the speed on this and the attack on this. So when you Destiny Bomb, because if you run bulky, then all that bulk will just go to waste then, and then you can Play Rough, live a hit, and then Destiny Bomb then. And you'll get that bit more attack, and then also you've got a higher chance of outspeeding your opponent with the max speed and with the Jolly. And then also Thunder Wave is really nice if your opponent is extremely fast, say like a Lycanroc or Greninja, or a not Tapu Koko. Maybe Tapu Lele, maybe Tapu Bulu, those Pokemon, you can just Thunder Wave them and just slow them down, which is really nice. So, and then Destiny Bomb them, also Will-O-Wisp in case like Pheromosa, Scizor, those kind of Pokemon you can burn and then just dwindle them completely. And burn has got a bit of a nerf. It does only 6% residual damage, but it still halves your opponent's attack, which is amazing. So the final set is a Trick Room Mimikyu with the Life Orb. You can run Leftovers if you want to. Max HP, max attack, Adamant, with the Brave Nature. And Trick Room I think is going to be way more common, just because so many of the Pokemon in this gen are really slow. There are very few new Pokemon which are very fast. So if you can run Trick Room, Trick Room basically means the slower Pokemon will go faster than the faster Pokemon. So you could Trick Room, and then the Brave Nature and 0 IVs means you're slower, so that means in Trick Room you're more functional. With Trick Room, Shadow Club, Play Rough, and Will-O-Wisp, this is a pretty nice Trick Room user, because with the Disguise, you pop the Disguise and go for the Trick Room, and then if it's a Scizor, you burn it, and then you'll probably live a hit. And then you can just go for Shadow Claw or whatever, and then do some nice damage, which is really nice. So Mimikyu could be a really nice Trick Room setter, and then there are some other pretty nice Trick Room setters. So that's basically it for the video. If you liked the video, smash the link down below. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye!